What is going on, people? In this video, we are going to be playing with the Las Vegas Raiders, who just traded Derek Carr. Actually, no, he didn't get traded. He got released. So we're gonna be playing with the Raiders, you know, just to you know, have one last dance with the Raiders with Derek Carr on the team, because after this season he's no longer gonna be on the team, you know, because they released him and they're pretty much just going their separate ways. So yeah, obviously Derek Carr, already went over him. Josh Jacobs, 95 overall, he's really good. Led the league in rushing this season. Davante Adams, pretty good. They traded for him for a couple first rounders to the Packers to reunite him with Derek Carr. It didn't really work out as well as they would have liked, but he's still a good player. They got Darren Waller at tight end. He's pretty solid, 87 overall. Try to utilize him. Yeah, Derek Carr loves his tight end, so we'll see how he does in this video. Their offensive line is it's alright. It's nothing crazy. They used to be really good, but they're not as good as they once were. At linebacker, they have Max Crosby, who's been an absolute beast for them in these last couple of years that he's been in the league for them. So yeah, he'll definitely, hopefully, make an impact in this game, because their defense is definitely not great, but their pass rush is pretty good, as they also have Chandler Jones, who had kind of a down year, but he still does have abilities, so we'll see how the Raiders are able to utilize him. Cornerback definitely could use some work. Rocky Yassin is the highest rated at a 78. They do have a little bit of speed, but they're definitely lacking in other areas. Yeah, that's the team. Daniel Carlson's at kicker. He's a pretty solid kicker. So yeah, we'll be hopping into a game here. We'll be playing against the San Francisco 49ers in our first game with the Raiders, as we will be kicking off to the 49ers, who have George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Nick Bosa. You know, just too many players for me to count. They have so much talent on their roster. As they start off by handing off to Christian McCaffrey, and he gets a gain of about 9 to make it 2nd and 1 at the 38. And on 2nd and 1, they hand off to McCaffrey again, and this time he picks up the first down and gets up to the 47 for another gain of 9. So the 49ers are just handing off to McCaffrey. First 2 plays working out for him, as they do drop back to passes. Purdy's going to throw. Passes caught by Deebo Samuel for another gain of 9. So now it's 2nd and 1. Trey Lance is in the game now. My opponent decided to bench Brock Purdy for him, as Trey Lance able to find George Kittle for the first down. And they will hand off to Christian McCaffrey on the next play for a gain of 4 to make it 2nd and 6. As I don't know why my opponent's putting Trey Lance in. I'm pretty sure Brock Purdy's a higher overall, so maybe he just doesn't want him in the game, as George Kittle's going to get a touchdown here, as the Raiders didn't really have any answers for him on that play, as that was pretty easy. He was pretty wide open. So kick the PAT up and good. So already not a great start, as we gave up a touchdown. And it didn't take much effort from the 49ers to get that touchdown. So we'll see how the offense responds. I mean, I guess the offense is the whole reason we're making this video, you know, because of Derek Carr and all that. So yeah, the full focal point is about to step on the field, see how they do. 1st and 10, Derek Carr is going to throw to Davante Adams on a medium out route to get a first down, gave him about 18 yards. Now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44. Derek Carr is just going to take it himself, get out of bounds at the 47 to make it 2nd and 1. And they will do a play action pass. Derek Carr is going to throw to Darren Waller, but that was a bit of a dangerous pass as he was double covered. He had his hands on the ball, but he's not able to make that catch. 3rd and 1, they hand off to Josh Jacobs, who gets the first down, able to get up to about the 35. So now 1st and 10 at the 35. Derek Carr is going to roll out to the right. He's going to find Darren Waller, who is able to get to the 5-yard line, able to make that toe tap catch to make it 1st and goal at the 5. Raiders will hand off to Josh Jacobs, who is able to make his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Raiders are able to answer right back to the 49ers with a touchdown drive of their own. So pretty good start on offense. We'll see if the defense can get a stop or something when they're on the field. Derek Carr looked good on that drive. I mean, he did have some help from Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs, but still a touchdown. That's what matters. And he was able to do that. So now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 24. Christian McCaffrey's going to take this one up to the 32 for a gain of 8 to make it 2nd and 2. And the 49ers looks like they're going to pass here. Trey Lance is going to find Jawan Jennings, who breaks a tackle and gets up to about the 49 before being taken down by the Raiders. So now, 1st and 10 at the 49. Trey Lance is going to throw, looking for George Kittle, but he threw it a little behind him. So the Raiders are able to bat that ball down. Now it'll be 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10, Trey Lance is going to have time. He's going to throw, and Max Crosby randomly just came out of nowhere and just swatted that ball away. So now it'll be 3rd and 10. And Trey Lance is going to throw, find McCaffrey, but he is tackled short of the line, so it'll be 4th and 5. So we'll see how aggressive the 49ers decide to play this, and it looks like they're going to go for it. We'll see if they actually snap the ball, as we'll wait for them to do that. And they do snap the ball, as Trey Lance is going to throw, but it's knocked down by the Raiders. So the aggressive decision does not pay off for the 49ers, as the Raiders will get the ball back, but they had good field position, but Derek Carr does take an intentional grounding penalty to make it 2nd and 23. So we'll see if the Raiders can recover from that, as we try to go to Davante Adams, but a very dangerous pass there, as there were like 3 49ers in the area. So now it'll be 3rd and 23, and Derek Carr's going to go back to pass. He's going to find Davante Adams, and he might get a touchdown out of this, and he does. So bit of a blunder by the 49ers there, but the Raiders able to pull a trick out of the bag. You know, Derek Carr, Davante Adams, one last time. They want to go out with a bang, and it looks like they're going to do that as they get a long touchdown. PAT up and good. So, yeah, that's exactly what they needed, because if they don't get that, probably don't score on the drive, because that would have made it 4th and 23, and surely they would have punted on that. So now, 1st and 10 for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey's going to break some tackles and get up to the 43, gain of about 18 yards. So, yeah, the Raiders' defense still is not great. They did play good on their last drive, so I'll give them credit for that, as they actually do stop McCaffrey for no gain to make it 2nd and 10. So, Trey Lance back to pass. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw. And it's not picked off. Brandon Ayuk somehow makes that catch. I thought for sure that was getting picked off. I saw the animation, and Brandon Ayuk somehow still makes the catch. Like, what? That makes, like, no sense to me, but he made the catch, and now the 49ers are set up in the red zone. We'll see if they can capitalize. As, man, oh man, Raiders, I don't know what the hell happened there, but now it'll be 3rd and 10. And Deebo Samuel might have made that catch if he did a possession catch, but he drops it. So now it's 4th and 10. So we'll see what the 49ers do here. They're just going to kick a field goal and kick up and good. And 49ers offense got to be thanking Brandon Ayuk there for somehow making that catch. Pretty good throw, too. So Trey Lance and Brandon Ayuk, that one play, was able to get them 3 points. They might not get those 3 points without that play, as Abdullah is getting a big return here. He's going to get up to the 49. Very good return there. So now the Raiders will have good field position again. We'll see if they can capitalize. As 1st and 10, it's looking good as they find Hunter Renfrow on the slant route to get up to the 27. So it's already looking good. 1st and 10, we go deep to Davante Adams, but it gets knocked down. Another dangerous pass. Derek Carr needs to quit forcing the ball. That's what he's doing. So now it's 2nd and 10. Derek Carr is going to throw. Pass is caught by Darren Waller, and he gets hit for a touchdown. So he manages to moss the defender, stay up, and get all the way in for a touchdown. That was one hell of a play by him. So very good drive by the Raiders there, able to get a quick score there. We'll see if the defense can hold the 49ers, as they almost did on the last drive, but that one catch from Brandon Ayuk kind of ruined that chance. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 25. Trey Lance going to take off himself and get up to 36 before going out of bounds. Gain of 11 yards. Trey Lance does have some mobility, so we do have to keep our eyes out for that. As 1st and 10, he might need to work on his accuracy, though, as he missed a wide-open George Kittle. So now it'll be 2nd and 10, and Trey Lance going to throw. Somehow he makes that throw, even though he was running back and didn't have his feet set or anything. But now it's 3rd and 5, and Trey Lance going to throw, and he gets hit, so it'll fall out of his hands, fall to the ground. That could have been dangerous, but now it's 4th and 5. Trey Lance going to find a wide-open Christian McCaffrey. I don't know why the Raiders left him that wide open, but he will get the 1st down to make it 1st and 10 to 23. So it looks like the Raiders defense is kind of breaking right now. We'll see how they respond to these big plays, as Trey Lance is able to get another 1st down with his legs, able to slide to avoid the big hit. And now it's 1st 10 again. George Kittle's going to make the catch, get another 1st down to make it 1st and goal at the 7. 10 seconds left. We'll see if they can punch it in. As on 1st and goal, Trey Lance going to throw. And another play where he just had to chuck it as he had immediate pressure. So now it's 2nd and goal at the 7. And this time the Raiders able to swat that ball down. 3 seconds left. We'll see what they do here. And they're going to play it safe and kick a field goal to make it a 1-score game. So, yeah, they did score, but they didn't get a touchdown. They would have definitely liked to get a touchdown, because the Raiders do get ball at half. So if the Raiders can score some points here, it'll be a 2-score game once again. That's exactly what the Raiders want. Obviously, that's not what the 49ers want, but if you're a fan of that Sam Demand, fan of me, you want the Raiders to win, because, you know, I'm using the Raiders and all that. So now on 1st and 10, Hunter Renfrow might have had a big gain there, but him and Derek Carr just weren't on the same page on that play. As 2nd and 10, we hand off to Josh Jacobs, who's able to get a gain of 3 to make it 3rd and 7. And on 3rd and 7, play action pass, it looks like, as Derek Carr's able to find Foster Moreau, the backup tight end, for a gain of 1 to make it 4th and 6. And they're actually going to go for it, very aggressive. And it doesn't pay off, as Ward is going to get a pick, and he's going to go all the way for a pick 6, as they're just going to rub it in right now. So now the 49ers, just like that, have a chance to tie the game. Bad mistake by the Raiders there, as Christian McCaffrey trying to get in, but the Raiders are able to stop the 2-point conversion. They still have a 2-point lead. But man, oh man, you definitely are scratching your head right now if you're a Raiders fan, or you probably should have just punted that ball away. I mean, 4th and 6, like, that's pretty long for a 4th down. So it was definitely a curious decision to make for him to go for that. As Davante Adams on 1st and 10, jet sweep, is going to get all the way up to the 49. So big play by him, gain of 24 rushing yards for Davante Adams, a receiver, as Hunter Renfrow wide open, as the 49ers didn't really cover him on that play to get another fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 22. Derek Carr back to pass. So he has time. He just needs to get rid of this ball before the pressure gets to him. As that he does, but another one of those sketchy passes to make it 2nd and 10 at the 22. Derek Carr back to pass again. And wide open is Davante Adams. As the 49ers, man, they're having some trouble with Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow, as they just keep leaving one of them wide open. And obviously leaving a guy wide open is just like a recipe for disaster for defense. Obviously, if you're on offense, it's not that, as we were proving that. And the 49ers are kind of proving that too, as we were kind of leaving Christian McCaffrey wide open on some of these drives. So yeah, these defenses aren't really showing up as much as you'd like. But we are up by 9 points, so I'm not going to complain. Raiders are playing well up to this point. As 1st and 10, Christian McCaffrey gets a gain of 1 to make it 2nd and 9. Raiders able to limit him on that one. 2nd and 9, Trey Lance back to pass, and he's going to throw it deep to George Kittle, but it's picked off by Nate Hobbs. It was a bad throw, as George Kittle was not able to moss Nate Hobbs, which is probably what my opponent was thinking, but Trey Lance kind of overthrew that, and It went right into the hands of Nate Hobbs as we hand off to Josh Jacobs, make it 2nd and inches. Hand off to him again, and he's able to get the first down and get a fresh set of downs. So now the Raiders just have to, oh, never mind. My opponent looks like he's going to rage quit. What I was going to say is they're going to try and chew out the clock, but it doesn't really matter as my opponent goes bye-bye, as we will hop into another game, and we will be playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This time it will be a home game for the Raiders, as I actually did a video on Tom Brady, so if you haven't checked that out, go right ahead if you want to. As Davante Adams getting started right away as the Raiders start with the ball, and he gets all the way up to the 42, so already a great start by the Raiders. Yeah, I made a video on Tom Brady because you know he retired and all that. So yeah, if you want to watch that, it should be titled like a little send-off to Tom Brady or something like that. If you want to check that out, it's there. It's your decision. If you want to do that, go ahead. If not, it's cool too. 2nd and 11, Darren Waller. It's not cool. They dropped the ball. So now it'll be 3rd and 11 at the 43. And Derek Carr's going to find Hunter Renfrow, who's able to pick up the first down. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he is able to pick that up to make it 1st and 10 at the 28. And Derek Carr back to pass again. He's going to go deep to Davante Adams, but it's picked off by Antoine Winfield Jr., as we tried to get it to Davante Adams to Moss Antoine Winfield, but another one of those bad throws where just they can't do it. The receiver, it's kind of impossible to play when the throw is bad like that. As Julio Jones wide open there, and he might take this all the way. The Raiders can't seem to catch him. And oh my gosh, this is like prime Julio right here as he gets all the way in for an end zone on like the 2nd play of the Bucs drive. So yeah, we're still struggling on defense. We struggled in the last game. Despite us winning, we still struggled on defense, as we struggle on a 2-point conversion too, as Chris Godwin on the bubble screen able to punch that in right away. So now the Raiders will have the ball back on offense. See what they do here is 1st and 10, able to connect with Darren Waller, who's just wide open. As it looks like the Bucs defense has struggled on that play. As 1st and 10, they definitely struggled on that play. As Davante Adams burning the double coverage, getting open on that post route to make it 1st and goal at the 6. Derek Carr back to pass, and he's going to throw. And oh my gosh, that was a very bad throw. Could have been picked off, but thankfully not, as it'll be 2nd and goal. We'll hand off to Josh Jacobs, who gets stuffed right away. Bucs have a really good run defense. So now it'll be 3rd and goal at the 8. And Derek Carr back to pass again. And he's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw. Pass is caught by the backup running back, and he gets in for a touchdown. So, bit of a long play there, but it does result the way the Raiders want. Touchdown. And we are going to go for 2 as well to try and keep pace, and we do, as the Hunter Renfrow makes that catch there. 2-point conversion. It's 8-8. Weird score, but that is the score. As 3-yard rush by Leonard Fournette to make it 2nd and 7 at the 39. Now it's 2nd and 7. Max Crosby able to stop Leonard Fournette for a loss of 4 yards to make it 3rd and 11 at the 35. And on 3rd and 11, the Bucs find Julio Jones again, who's able to pick up the first down, as he's been quite a nightmare for this defense so far in this game. His 2 receptions have been 2 big receptions. As 1st and 10, 1-yard rush by Leonard Fournette, as the run defense is actually doing pretty good, but the pass defense definitely could be playing better. As 2nd and 9, as this gets picked off right in the hands of Denzel Perryman, as Tom Brady looks like he got hit and it bounced right in the hands of the Raiders. Bit of a fluky play, I'm not going to lie, but we will take it. So we'll see how the offense can respond. They were able to get a touchdown on their last drive, so we'll see how they do on this next drive. As Darren Waller drops a wide open pass. I don't know how you drop that. Darren Waller, man, you got to quit dropping these balls. You got to catch them. You're in the NFL for a reason, as Derek Carr is able to scramble, pick up the first down. 1st and 10 at the 48, as this ball gets batted by the Bucs left outside linebacker, or right outside linebacker, never mind. I don't know his name, I didn't see it, but 2nd and 10. Derek Carr trying to take off, my connections being weird, and we will gain about 3 yards to make it 3rd and 7. And on 3rd and 7, Derek Carr's going to try and go deep to Davante Adams, but it's picked off by Antoine Winfield Jr. as he gets his second pick of the day, as Derek Carr got a little too greedy on that play. As the Bucs will get the ball right back, as Derek Carr needs to quit. Derek Carr needs to quit playing stupid, because he's throwing passes that should probably not ever be thrown by a quarterback. And it's coming back to haunt him as Tom Brady getting haunted by Max Crosby right there to make it 3rd and 18 at the 19. And they will dump it off to Giovanni Bernard, who is trying to pick up the first down, but he cannot quite get the first down. It'll be 4th and 4, so we'll see if Tom and the Bucs go for it, as they actually let the clock run out. So that'll be the end of the first half. And the Bucs do get the ball to start the second half, so it'll be 8-8. And they start off with a 6-yard rush to Leonard Fournette to make it 2nd and 4. They give it back to Leonard Fournette. We'll see if he picks up this first down, and he does not, as the Raiders were prepared. Loss of 1 yard to make it 3rd and 5. And on 3rd and 5, Tom Brady back to pass, and he's going to try and find Mike Evans, but it gets knocked down by the Raiders. So now it'll be 4th and 5 at the 40. They're going to go for it. Tom Brady is going to have time. He's going to throw, and it's picked off by Trayvon Moehrig. So both these offenses are struggling right now. Both of their offenses were playing good in the first quarter, but ever since then, there's not been a single point scored. It's 1st and 10. We try to go to Davante Adams again, and we just keep forcing the ball to him. That's just not a recipe for success. So now it'll be 2nd and 10. Derek Carr throwing, and it's picked off by Lavonte David. We were trying to find our open receiver, but Derek Carr got hit, and it bounced right in the hands of Lavonte David. So, man, oh man, this is disastrous right now. Just a terrible game so far. I mean, I guess if you like defense, you like this game, but I personally don't. I mean, I guess if you're a defensive player, I could see you liking defense, but I don't. I like offense, and I'm sure a lot of people do. So now it's 3rd and inches at the 30. Tom Brady's going to throw, and this gets batted down, so now it's 4th and inches. We'll see what the Bucs do here. They'll probably go for it because it's Madden, and that's usually what players do. As they'll hand off to Leonard Fournette, and he somehow picks up that first down despite having 2 Raiders right there ready to tackle him. So I will credit him for that. That was one hell of a effort by him, as Mike Evans able to make the effort and make that catch to make it 2nd and 1 at the 41. Tom Brady is going to just throw this one away. Max Crosby right in his face, not able to make that throw. So now it's 3rd and 1. They hand off to Fournette again, and he gets stuffed before the first down. So it is 4th and inches again. So we'll see. It looks like the Bucs will probably go for it again. They'll go to Fournette again, and he gets another first down. So he's really good in those 4th and inches situations, because the Raiders' run defense has definitely been lacking a little bit. As 1st and 10, Leonard Fournette's going to get a gain of about 2 yards to make it 2nd and 8. At the 46, and Tom Brady's back to pass. He's going to find Giovanni Bernard, but this time the Raiders were prepared. He actually loses 2 yards on that play to make it 3rd and 11. And Tom Brady back to pass again, and he's going to throw, and that does not go to anyone. It didn't get knocked down. It just kind of miscommunication. No one touched the ball. 4th and 11. They're going to go for it again. And 4th and 11, they go to Giovanni Bernard, and he makes that catch. So the Raiders playing a little too far back, and Tom Brady was able to take advantage of that. As now it's 2nd and 8 after the gain of 2 yards, and Tom Brady's going to do a bubble screen. Chris Godwin making that catch, and he somehow fights for that first down. Raiders, what are you doing? There were 2 of you. Like, how do you not tackle him before the line? Like, that's just bad defense. As 1st and 10, Leonard Fournette's able to shake off some tackles, pick up that first down to make it 1st and 10 at the 16. As 1st and 10, Leonard Fournette, he loses the ball. It gets knocked away, and Max Crosby's able to pick it up. So, oh my gosh, this game just took a turn for the worse for the Bucs. Raiders really liking their chances of winning now, so we'll see if they can capitalize and kick a field goal to end this game. as now it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 24 for the Raiders. Derek Carr is going to playmaker his running back Nick Bolton to get up to the 44. So the Raiders are creeping into field goal range. We'll see if they're able to succeed in doing that, as Nick Bolton's going to rush for a gain of 2 yards to make it 2nd and 9 at the 42. And in 2nd and 9, they try and find Darren Waller, who drops another ball. That was a hard catch, so I'm not going to fault him too much for that. 3rd and 9, Derek Carr is going to throw to Hunter Renfrow to make it 4th and inches, so they would very likely take the field goal here, and it looks like they will. So we'll see if Daniel Carlson can make this to end the game. Kick is up, and it's no good. It's no good. So now this game's going into overtime. Yeah, Daniel Carlson just missed that kick wide left, and the Bucs won the toss, and it looks like they will get the ball as they elect to receive. So, we had a chance to win, and we blew it. So now we got to do overtime, see if we can capitalize there, as Leonard Fournette making best of the situation that he's in, where the players don't know how to tackle. Gain of 16. 1st and 10, Giovanni Bernard fighting for 2 yards to make it 2nd and 8 at the 43. And they will hand off to Leonard Fournette again, who the Raiders are just having massive troubles with in this game. So now it'll be 3rd and 3 after the 5-yard rush by Leonard Fournette. 3rd and 3, they find Julio Jones, who's just been another nightmare. Like, you'd think we'd be playing good defense, but at the same time, we've been having trouble with some certain players. So now it's 2nd and 10 after the drop pass by Chris Godwin, as this falls incomplete as the pass rush does get to Tom Brady. So now it's 3rd and 10 at the 44. And on 3rd and 10, they find Mike Evans, who's actually been pretty quiet this game, but he does make a good reception there to give the Bucs a fresh set of downs and make their chances of scoring way more likely. So now it'll be 2nd and 6, and Tom Brady's going to throw to Mike Evans on the slant route, and he's going to get up to the 5-yard line. Oh yeah, by the way, if the Bucs score here, the game's technically not over, because they do like playoff overtime. So they scored a touchdown. Now in the regular season, that would be game, as they also get the 2-point conversion. They went for 2. But yeah, the reason that the game isn't over right now is because in Madden, they do it like the playoffs. So in the playoffs, whenever they do overtime, Darren Waller, oh my gosh, he made a good catch there. When they do overtime, they do it to where both teams have a chance with the ball. So that's why the game is still going on. As Darren Waller actually gets a touchdown here. So now the Raiders, if they can get this 2-point conversion, they keep the game going. If not, the Bucs win, as Derek Carr able to find Hunter Renfrow for the 2-point conversion. So yeah, Raiders offense actually showing up, making it a little tough to explain these overtime rules. But yeah, both teams have scored a touchdown, so now any team that scores wins the game. So it's pretty much just like regular overtime, except both teams get a chance with the ball, regardless of if they score a touchdown or not. So that's why the Bucs scoring the touchdown first didn't end the game. As 3rd and 2, Mike Evans getting a huge play here. Bit of a defensive blunder by the Raiders there. So the Bucs are in field goal range. They can win the game now with the field goal if they decide to kick it. It's 1st and 10 at the 26. They hand off to Leonard Fournette, who gets a gain of 3 to make it 2nd and 7 at the 23. Bucs got to be careful here, because when they were on their final drive, they fumbled it away. So they might just want to be careful here and just take their field goal. But it looks like they're going to go for a touchdown. Julio Jones makes that catch. 1st and goal. Mike Evans cannot make that catch. So now it'll be 2nd and goal at the 7. Bucs can win with the field goal. I don't know why they're not just going for that. But 2nd and goal, Leonard Fournette is going to get a touchdown, and that will end this game. And yeah, that was a bit of a painful loss, considering the fact that we had a chance to win with that game-winning field goal, but unfortunately we missed. So yeah, that was a messy game. Oh my gosh, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, credit to my opponent, he came out with the win, and he played better enough to win, 22-16, and where there were literally more points scored in overtime than they were in the first 4 quarters combined. Like, that's actually insane. As rushing the ball, we could not stop Leonard Fournette, as receiving. We also couldn't stop Julio Jones, and Mike Evans had some big plays in overtime. Devontae Adams and Darren Waller had good games, but it just wasn't enough to win. It's Tom Brady, pretty good at this football thing, so he was able to make the clutch plays needed to win the game, like he's been doing his whole career. He's retired now, but he knew what he was doing. So yeah, that's what I have for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Yeah, this is my final video with the Raiders. I just want to give a send-off to Derek Carr. I will see you all next time. Peace out.